This Jewish sour cream coffee cake has been in my family for ages, and today I'm so excited to be sharing this recipe with you joyful bakers. So let's get started. Into a mixing bowl, I'll add 1 1/4 cups of firmly packed dark brown sugar, a half cup of roughly chopped walnuts, and a half cup of roughly chopped pecans. I'll also add 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon and 3 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter. This nutty and crunchy streusel is going to be the topping and filling for our Jewish sour cream coffee cake. So once it's all mixed in, I'm going to set this aside and begin to prepare the cake batter. Into a mixing bowl, I'll add 2 cups of all-purpose flour that has been sifted and 1 teaspoon each of baking powder and baking soda, together with 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and I'll mix this together just until it's combined and set it aside. Now into a mixing bowl or the bowl of a stand mixer fitted with a paddle attachment, I'll add half cup of room temperature unsalted butter and 3/4 cups of granulated sugar, and I'll cream this together on a medium speed for just about 3 minutes. Once that is creamy, I'll add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1 teaspoon of ground coffee dissolved in 1 teaspoon of hot water. Into a smaller bowl, I've mixed together 3 large eggs and a half teaspoon of freshly squeezed lime juice, and I'll add this gradually to the butter mixture, making sure that each addition is well combined. Now I'll gradually add in the remaining ingredients. My dried ingredients that I've prepared earlier, I'll add 1/3 of the mixture and mix into the cake batter only until it's well incorporated. It's important not to overwork the flour so that the cake batter stays light. Into a bowl, I've added 1 cup of room temperature sour cream. I'll add half to the batter now and mix just until it's combined. So now I'm going to again add another 1/3 of the flour mixture, and at this point you can switch to a spatula, but I'm gonna go ahead and mix using the cake mixer just until the ingredients come together. Next, I'll add in the remaining sour cream. And of course, you can find this recipe in the description above the video on Facebook and below the video on YouTube. And you can find other amazing recipes at facebook.com/joyfuloven and youtube.com/joyfuloven. Lastly, I'll add in the remaining flour mixture and fold it gently into the cake batter just until it's well incorporated. Now at this point, the cake batter smells amazing because of the vanilla, the coffee, the sour cream. This is a quite rich cake batter. I'm going to add half of the cake batter into a prepared pan that I've lined with parchment paper, and I'll spread it around into an even layer. Now this is where this Jewish sour cream coffee cake gets really exciting. I'm going to add just about half of the streusel mixture on top of this first layer of cake, and this is going to give the cake a beautiful texture and flavor. I'll now add the remaining cake batter on top of the streusel and spread it to form an even layer. And what's really amazing about this cake is that as it bakes, that middle layer of streusel is going to infuse some flavor and moisture into both cake layers. I'll add the remaining streusel on top of the cake, and this is going to bake in a preheated oven at 345 degrees for 50 to 60 minutes, or just until a toothpick inserted comes out clean. Here's my finished Jewish sour cream coffee cake from the oven. It's so fragrant with that nutty streusel. I love that unique rustic look that this cake has. It's something that you'd see in a coffee shop. And as I sliced in, you can see that the cake is quite soft. The streusel is just a little crumbly, and this is just the way that my family always makes it. This is one of my family's most treasured cake recipes, and I'm so excited to be sharing this with you guys. Now here's a beautiful slice of coffee cake. It's quite rich and moist, and you can see that the streusel has soaked into those layers of cake. This cake is best served warm along with a hot cup of coffee or tea. The cake itself is light and moist with just a hint of coffee flavor. And then you bite into that nutty, crunchy streusel that takes the texture of this cake to another level and make it unlike any cake that you've had before. I do hope you guys enjoyed today's recipe as much as my family does. Be sure to let me know in the comments below if you guys try this recipe and what you think. Subscribe to Erica's Joyful Oven on Facebook and YouTube for more amazing recipes. And until next time, happy baking!